started.
For the first minute, I just ignore the dog. You can sit down.
Okay.
Be comfortable. For the first minute, I just ignore the dog. So just keep her in the video. I know, I got stuff. She's very pretty.
She is.
How long have you had her?
About 4.5 years.
Okay.
November will be 4.5.
And did you get her as a puppy?
She was about 6 months. She was born in May, and we got her in November.
What's the incident with the other dog?
So the incident, the most recent one, which was the one that just happened last week, is my husband grabbed her and opened the door, and I guess the Yorkie was just already in our yard. And so by the time he turned to grab, to get her seat for her to take out there, it was happening, So he had her in one arm and her separate, turn on the other one. All right, it's a minute. Keep videoing?
Yep, the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, at that point, he was, yelling, screaming with one arm trying to separate the two, and then he'll be here so he can, fill in any blanks. And I guess at one point he got them apart and had to lay the baby on the ground, bring her inside, the dog, and then a neighbor came and watched her, and he ran after the Yorkie, because the Yorkie on adrenaline made it back up to their house and said, your dog needs to go to the vet. And she's like, well, sir, I can't I've got kids. And so he took their dog to the vet and waited till the family got there, and he stayed the entire time.
And did the dog die?
So they ended up referring it to the animal specialist, like the emergency care. And so there the next day, it was so many broken bones and ended up in internal injuries from the bite. They ended up putting it down.
Has she always had a history of not getting along with other dogs?
So that's the craziest thing, and this is where we kind of are at this point, is when we adopted her, we had a Yorkie. And I can show you picture after picture where they were the best of friends. Like I said, we have one big kennel because my Yorkie was kennel trained, so we wanted to kennel train her. And she always felt more comfortable with Marley, my little one, in the kennel. Super friendly, to her. And then literally one day she had escaped in our backyard and went in the woods, and we had lost her. This is right when we first got her, and kind of find out she got real sick that night. To take her to the vet, she had eaten like a baby deer, and so she had all the bones or whatever. It was just bad. Anyway, so after that, we bought her one of those remote trainer collars, and she knew her barriers. We never had to use it. We just keep it on her. Well, then if the dang Yorkie didn't try to start going in the woods, so we bought her one too that we never used to put on. For whatever reason that day it was on, and I set the collar down, and the Yorkie, it shocked the Yorkie, and it's never been before, so when she yelped, that high-pitched noise, she attacked. And at that point we got them apart. My Yorkie had severe injuries, but she healed. That was when we referred Dr. Flanagan. We met with him, sitting with her. He was like, I think it was just a prey. I think that's what she saw your dog as, is a prey. So, at this point, I think she'll be fine. If the Yorkie seems to want to forgive her, she did. Fast forward, they were best friends again. 6 months later, they were upstairs playing, and my Yorkie got caught up on something and made that noise again. And when she attacked her, it was like I was trying to break them apart. I couldn't stop it. So I stopped everything, and my Yorkie had to put it down. So that's happened. The only other couple of things that did happen, and every time it's kind of just in our head, we have reasons why this has happened. We were watching. I was babysitting another friend's dog. Like us, all three of them would sleep together. It was like a Karen Terrier. Well, when our neighbor came over, she bent down to pet the Karen Terrier first over her, and she lunged after the Karen Terrier and just nipped it. It wasn't severe injuries. That happened, and the only other thing was, like I was saying earlier, when we had her, my mom was walking Callie, and a man, with just big heavy coats was walking. I guess he said hey, and she slung around my mom and latched onto his hand, but it didn't tear any skin on him. But he had gloves on. But it's just a miracle it didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to do another test, but I want to do it away from the baby.
Okay. Still keep videoing?
Yep, keep videoing, please. So, the one test that I just tried to do was to squeeze her paw, and she wouldn't even let me. She got real nervous. So she's a pretty nervous dog.
Yes.
Okay.
And she doesn't like hardwoods either, so that might
Oh,
be.
you don't like the hardwood?
If we want to go in there or over here, whatever's
Just
easier.
go over here. Alright, so now I'm going to see if she'll play. How she does it. Okay. She's very nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's do some resource guarding. So I'm going to have you, hold her leash a second.
Okay.
I'll take the phone. Did it start recording?